But are you okay? So I know this gentleman. He's I would say he's no, I would say he's like 50. He's in his 50s, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's backdated. He was 48.
Mm-hmm.
So divorced. I want to put myself out there in the game. When he started meeting and going on dates, his first question was, "How do you feel about kids?" Because he had no kids up until this point.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to have kids.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted to, hey, let's get this out of the way.
Cut to it, yeah.
Cut to it, right?
Yeah.
So do you find yourself dating with that in the back of your mind? Like, is that your leading question? Like, hey, what do you think about marriage?
To a certain extent. I feel like when I start to get to know a guy, and at first he's always like, oh yeah, I'm looking to get married. And then when we start talking, I'm like, you're changing. Now you don't really care to get married. So then I'm like, red flag. So I like look out for those things. Like if you're just looking to like mess around, then let's just not do that.
But you don't think sometimes like, okay, how long have you been righteously in the dating game that you're like actually trying? Just throw a number.
I would say not too long.
Okay.
I've been single for like 5 years.
Okay, so not too long.
Yeah.
So don't you think that you've been trying certain methods so many times that like at some point, like, bro, you're kind of crazy. Like it's not working.
Yeah.
Like, don't you feel sometimes it's kind of more like you gotta change it, and is that something obviously because you don't know about it or you don't know what's the unknown, so you technically don't really want to try that. So like, do you think that's probably the reason why you don't want to like?
Yeah, and I think like going on the show too, that's like where my mindset was. Like, all right, it's clearly not working.
Damn.
So should I go on this show? So I think that's where it too. But now I'm like trying to put myself out there. If someone asks me out, I'm gonna say yes and try it.
Depending on what? No. Depending on what though? Because I know everybody come out and ask you, "Hey, you want to go out?" You ain't gonna be like, "You know what? Yes."
Correct.
So what is dependent on?
Honestly, I think I am at a stage where I'm like, all right, at least once. And then if the vibe is off, like, no. But it's not like I can only date this person because X, Y, and Z. Okay. But I'm trying to be more open.
Okay.
We'll see.
So when you submitted your application, right? The application process, however that went, who did you tell? What conversations did you have? And what was the response?
So the first person was my best friend. She was like, definitely do it. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, this is great. I love the show. Like, they're going to find you your man. I was like, okay. And then I told my mom. My mom's been wanting me to get married, have kids. Like, she's been waiting. She's like, grandma. Yeah, like, what are you waiting for? She'll try to hook me up with the wall. Like, she wants me to be married. But majority of people were like, I would say a good 80% was like, you're crazy. Like, what are you thinking? Like, it's not that serious. You don't do it. And then, yeah, that was pretty much. The 20% was probably like my mom and my best friends. Right. And then I got my other best friend to sign up too. But she ended up not doing it too. So
the application process, applications in, is submitted. What happens next? Walk us through.
Yeah. So after that, like they submitted, and then